You came from Kansas State, right?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously you get in the portal. It's a new experience, I know, for college players. You get in the portal. You maybe don't know who's going to contact you, but obviously Coach Messer got in touch. Did you have a prior relationship there? Or she just kind of contact you out of the blue? What was that process like?
Actually, I didn't have a relationship with her. I obviously played against her in the Big 12, so she was really familiar with me. My family actually recently moved to Satellite Beach in the last year. So when she got the head coaching job at UCF, we kind of just talked about it and how my parents lived here, and I was like, yeah, it would be a great fit for me to be close to home for my final year and also be under her as she starts her new program and bring a new culture in and all that. So
how did she kind of sell you on her vision, and you're going to be a big piece of it, obviously? Like, did you kind of really buy into what she was selling? Did you really take a liking to her?
Yeah, her resume just speaks for itself, honestly. She loves to win, and that was a big part of what I wanted to do in my last year, is wanted to just come to a winning program and help build a new culture and new identity, as she's trying to lead that. And so she definitely did a great job selling it, and it's like UCF Orlando itself is already like a great place to sell. So it was really good.
I guess it's kind of be close to home in some respects. I mean, you didn't grow up here, but your family's going to be in your environment. I mean, how cool is that going to be? That they're going to be. I mean, maybe they were at your games anyway, but it's going to be a lot easier for them to be at all your home games.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're definitely going to be at every home game. My aunt also lives like 5 miles down the road from them. Okay. So is out of like my last 5 years, this is the closest I'm going to be to my parents. So it's going to be really nice just having their support and having them at every single game, because my relationship with them is extremely important to me.
So you're obviously one of the older players, and you got the most experience. Is leadership, is that something that you really pride yourself on, to kind of setting the example for some of these younger players?
For sure. I would say leadership and experience is the most. I'm a 6th year, so I'm an old head.
So you're even older than a redshirt senior.
Yeah, I've dealt with some injuries though, so that's been tough. But coming back from it, I feel like there's a lot to prove, especially with us building this new identity and this new culture. We all have a lot to prove, as people are going to be gunning for us, as we're trying to also defend their championship from last year. So it's definitely want to bring that leadership and like that vocal and the energy, and bring all the things that people can look up to me for, not just this year but for years to come.
So this is your 6th year, so you're gonna you're already in graduate school. You already graduated from Kansas State.
Yeah.
So you got an undergrad from Kansas State. Like, what's your career path? What are you studying? What is maybe the additional 2 years kind of afforded you?
So last year kind of just brought uncertainty. I didn't know what I was going to do after my injury, and then I didn't really take grad school because I wasn't sure what the future was going to hold for me. So once I got here, I decided to get into grad school. I'm getting my master's degree in interdisciplinary studies. I eventually want to coach in life. I want to try to play professionally, of course, and then get into like PR and that type of stuff too.
So is that, you say you want to be a coach. I mean, how good is it to kind of expose yourself to different styles, different coaches, different systems? That's got to be a benefit, instead of just maybe going through one school and maybe seeing one way of doing things. That's kind of neat that you can see how other coaches operate.
It's definitely important, as I'm trying to like learn who does what works for what, and especially the role off the floor is extremely important, as not just a player but as a coach too. You want to make sure all your players feel comfortable with you, going to you about certain things, and it's just been interesting to learn from her, especially because she's coached under Kim Mulkey. She's won a lot of games, and obviously that is the end goal, is to win games. So I think it's really interesting to learn from her and to see things from her point. As they used to beat on us when I was like K-State and they were at Baylor. So it's just cool to be a part of.
So when did that mindset change for you? Was it something you've always thought about? Maybe I want to be a coach, but did it click for you maybe going through Kansas State at a certain point in your career? Like, did you start seeing things from a different perspective and saying, oh, I'm the player and this is the coach, and like, I want to look at through their eyes a little bit more? When did that kind of click for you?
I wasn't sure that I always wanted to coach. I knew I wanted to play for as long as my body could do it, and for as long as I was okay mentally to do it. But last year, or this past summer, I actually was able to coach 17U boys AAU. I was an assistant, but still, it gave me a chance to see if like this is a part of basketball that I want to do. And a lot of people always told me that I would make a good coach, so I just kind of wanted to try it out and see if it was something that I would like to do. And me being able to share my experiences experiences and bring that over to a coaching standpoint, I feel like it has benefited me not just in that way, but also being a player, because it's like the expectations of what a coach wants, I'm able to give more of now because I understand it differently, you know?
When did your love for the game begin? Because obviously this is something you talk about you want to make a career out of. So there had to have been a point, was it your parents, or when did it really set in for you that you really loved basketball?
Yeah, in the third grade, I actually decided I wanted to play Division I basketball. Like that was always my dream. I was a 3-sport athlete growing up. I played soccer, actually have a national title in soccer, ran track, and I always knew basketball was my passion. At the end of the day, I knew I was going to have to pick one, which sucked because I did debate being a dual sport athlete in college, but that would have just been a lot. It would have been really tough, as basketball like never ends. Yeah, when I was really young, I already knew that basketball was something that I wanted to do, and ever since I made that dream, I just have stuck with it. So it's like just doing it for my younger self too, you know.
What do you like about this team? What's impressed you? Like, who are you excited to see on the court when the season starts?
I'm excited for everyone, honestly, because this is all a new experience for, if not most of us, but just coming from a different conference and getting to experience new teams, a new type of playing ground is going to be really interesting for me to see and to experience as well. I'm just excited for all of us. I feel like a lot of us have something to prove, and so that's going to be really fun to show.
What's your favorite part about being here at UCF?
I'd say just being in Orlando itself. Yeah, I used to grow up and we would, I used to grow up. When I was growing up, we used to come and have vacations here.
You'd be good at Disney, the family vacations at Disney World.
Yeah, so it's really interesting and really fun to live in this environment, because it was always like, oh, a vacation spot and the fun spots to come to, and now to be living in it is just kind of surreal.
So have you been over to Disney? Have you been able to do that?
Actually, I have not even been to Disney. I have not, which I need to do that, but just exploring other parts of Orlando, like, it's been really fun to see too.
So
love the palm trees and the weather too. Not having to deal with any
short
cold.
sleeves right now.
Yeah, I would normally right now I'd be dealing with maybe some snow and like 30-degree weather, and like no, thank you.
So how important is this final season for you? Like, what do you want to accomplish? You said you wanted to play until you couldn't. Like, this is your last year. You're not going to have a 7th year. So how important is this season, and what do you want to accomplish?
I just want to, be a part of something bigger than myself. I feel like coming off of a year of injury has been really tough on me, and so I want to just, not only prove others wrong, but just prove myself right, and, do all the things that I've wanted to do. And in this last year, I'm just trying to make the most of everything, trying to look at it as like, as I get to do this, I'm fortunate to have this 6 year. Not many other people are going to have this opportunity, and so I just want to take advantage of it every day, and just knowing that to give my all for my last season.
I appreciate it.